I was sitting here thinking maybe it'll bring some relief to the world out there, whoever going through what I went through, still going through. When you're around a bunch of people, when you feel trapped, when you feel alone, feel broken, when you feel like you have no one, hold your head up and get out of the broken feeling. Because that's all it really truly is. Embrace the moment. Understand the feeling. But when you are going through this situation, and it's to the depth of that kind of loneliness, then just know somebody either sacrificed you, or you're around a bunch of people who ain't got no soul, or somebody sacrificed themselves. Or somebody sold their own soul. Either way it go, the energy is warped. So you got 5 to 10 years. They ain't gonna get no more than 10 years. You should start to notice the changes in 5 years. After you notice the changes in 5 years, if you have to do another 5 years, it shouldn't be no problem to you after you notice the changes in 5 years. This was very fulfilling to me. It was worth understanding, and it was worth embracing, and it was worth acknowledging. You lose loved ones in these situations, though. At least you thought they were lovers or loved ones. You lose family, you lose friends. I can't tell you the ending because I'm still going through it. But just take the opportunity, take advantage of the opportunity. Because when you get pressed or put into that dark night of the soul, your third eye gonna automatically open up. Then give your all to God. Give your all to God. And I was just sitting here thinking about people who become bonded to like clubs and stuff like that. You running though. I know because I'm born around that stuff. I'm born in chaos. I didn't choose to be a thug, didn't want to be a thug, didn't choose to be a gangster, didn't want to be a gangster. I had to protect myself around them. To the point they could consider me as one, or I can even say I was one. Cause I stood my ground. I don't care what the hype is. I don't care what the gossip is. The evidence is in the pudding. You don't see me folding under pressure. You can't never call a man weak or a woman weak that's not folding under pressure. That's perverse. Quit tricking yourself. Quit lying to yourself. And start growing. Start accepting. And stop running. Start embracing. Learning from the understanding in that situation. Stop panicking. If you give yourself to God, what you giving yourself to God for? So you won't panic. What you giving yourself to God for? So you won't worry. What you giving yourself to God for? So you won't run. You stand tall. You stand strong. What else you gonna give yourself to? And that kind of energy, the land won't even let you. grow fruit. The air won't even let you breathe properly. Nothing acknowledges you because your frequency is unknown now. Someone just stole your energy from you. The dark night of the soul is protecting you. So the least you could do is give your time to God and let God remodify you. Embrace the moment. The only thing that worried me about the moment, this moment, I put my childhood and I put the industry in the same situation with this moment that I just started acknowledging since 2018. And I said, it's a possibility that I've been going through this my whole life, at least since I was a teen. It made me wonder if people selling their souls back to back. That's the only thing that worried me. My grandpa had this type of attitude towards people in general. And I think I'm starting to understand his energy. Give you all the God in this kind of frequency. Don't listen to people who are blinded. Don't be blinded by people who are blinded. Free yourself. I just heard in the Astro somebody say he ain't nothing. They mad because time is winding down. He who is least here is greater over there. It's never nobody on this planet that's nothing. Everybody is something. Hurt people hurt people. Hurt people murk people. Love yourselves. And the only way you can love yourself is by loving God. And God gonna show you how to love yourself. My Father, our real Father. Not the shuttle ships. We belong to God, y'all. So the least we can do is love our Father. Step into your higher self and get to know your real self. Let go. When you throw it in a jail, when you throw it in a prison, when you throw it in purgatory, throw it in the dark night of the soul, that's the perfect time to let go. And for those of you that ain't in them situations, find a time to let go. Mold a time, make a time to let go. Prepare to let go. Unplug yourself. It's free. You know what's the beautiful thing about this whole situation is? It's free of charge to love God. It's free of charge to search for God diligently. And it's free of charge to unplug yourself from this matrix. I witness hate to such a degree from people who are supposed to love me. And you can't even blame them because of all the black magic. You can't even blame them because of all of the devil deals. You can't say nothing. But you can't deal with them at the same time. You gotta let God's will be. I hear people say, you're gonna hear people say they boring because you're gonna have to become like a tree. But what they don't know is that if you done surpass level 1, 2, and 3, and you're on level 4, walking into level 5, and trying to figure out level 6 and 7, there's no way you could be boring. Manifestations start right there. And start as you evolve, as you grow. When you be still and then you clear your mind, you gotta clear your mind, you gotta clean the food off your plate in order to put something new on your plate. What that means? Clear your mind. How do you truthfully clear your mind? What's bothering you in your mind? Face them demons in actuality. Even if that's what you must do to clear your mind. Pray to God to go to God first before you do such a thing, to clear your mind. Let God give you the wisdom so that you can live through the situation while you clearing your mind. Because it's hard to clear your mind when you got something on your mind that's unfinished. Now we understand why the dead feel like they feel when they die with unfinished business. When they die with unfinished business, you gotta go to the empty. How you get to the empty? By clearing your mind. Defog your mind. How you do that? Get the drugs off, get the alcohol off. Then you're gonna do that, and on your process of doing that, you're gonna realize, man, I ain't really doing nothing unless I'm around this person or that person, or I'm stressed by this or that. Then that's easily that thorn in your flesh trying to tell you. That's where you need to humble yourself at. Face that. Deal with that. So instead of going back and forth and trying to defog your mind, go ahead and tackle that make you want to fog your mind. No matter what it is, a lover, a substance, a family member, a friend, an activity, a job. And as you start to declutter your mind, you're gonna realize you meditating while you walking. You're gonna realize you meditating without meditating. Because now your mind is free and clear. You can't be bored with an empty mind that way. You're not living in the dark. You're going back home. You're going to your higher self. Because guess what happens when you clear your mind? You get to hear what you ain't been hearing since you've been yourself. That emptiness. Now you get to hear your higher self. Because you don't have all that in your mind anymore. So guess what? Something got to come back into your mind. Guess what's going to be coming into your mind after you done cleared your mind from all that mess? New downloads. You're going to look it up after you get these downloads. You're going to realize, oh my God, this is real. This is here. I just thought of this. You didn't just think of this. Your higher self told you that. That's how easy it is. Some of y'all already doing the stir and probably haven't even cleared your mind yet. I tell people all the time around where I'm from, where I used to when I was dealing with folk. I say, you know you healing when you trying to stop something and you in your feelings. Don't break because of your feelings. Go on through it. Throw that rock out your hand and walk on up that hill. Because the hardest part of healing is getting up that hill. I wasn't even going to say nothing tonight. Because I don't feel like really talking. Because my heels hurt. My ankle's killing me. For the right reason, though. For good reasons. But I felt like somebody needed to hear this. That's why I don't get what they saying. Listen to what I'm telling you. Quit getting so fast and getting so quick up off your seat or whatever you're doing just to tell a message to somebody and telling them to explain it to them how to run. Because even though you're telling them to leave a situation, stand up to a situation, you're basically telling them to run from a situation, especially if you're talking to a person like myself. Because in order to clear your mind, you have already faced your situations. You had already faced your temptations. You know how hard it is to face your temptation? You know how hard it is to go without your temptation? So when somebody say they done already healed from their temptation, it's no way you could tell them that they're scary. It's no way you could tell them that they running. It's no way, yeah, you could say maybe in the past, you gotta put it just like that, you gotta word it just like that. Maybe in the past, you let people run all over you. But if they done successfully heal themselves, my doppelgangers, not every last one of them, and not even all of them put together, have accomplished what I actually had to accomplish to earn that energy that they stole from me. Walk through hell. You better have to learn how to live in hell, survive in hell, build in hell. You getting respect in hell? How is that possible? What is respect in hell? Nobody giving you hell. Don't ever mistake somebody lonely for somebody that's broken. You ain't talked to these people. You haven't seen these people. You haven't heard from these people. Some of y'all don't even know these people. How you know they're not introverts? How you know they just know people? How you know they ain't elevated? The last time I checked, we come into this world by ourselves, we leave out of this world by ourselves, and the rest of y'all just programs. I can prove it. When you in the club and you staying in the club and you really saying you like the club, but deep down inside you really tired of the club, but for some reason you keep staying in the club, watch your surroundings. It might be them programs that got you staying in the club. You doing drugs, the same thing. You doing drugs, you can't see why you want to get off the drug, why you don't want to get off the drug. It might just be your surroundings. It might be them programmers around you. So let's say you in the club. You got an addiction, addictions. And then you start to notice, as you healing, even though you love these people around you, some reason, the people that used to hang with you when you was in the club no longer hang around you. The same people that used to hang with you when you was on drugs no longer hang around you. The same people that used to hang around you when you was giving a lot of love no longer hang around you. They still feel for you. You could call them up, but you could even tell in the voice and the sound of their tone, they don't want to be around you. You just got to forgive yourself because you couldn't see around you. Listen to me, people. Change your messages. Upgrade yourself. Elevate. Quit being fooled by what's perverse. Quit eating off them perverse plates. Then let's go back to they say, I'm boring. Am I boring because you can't live without a drug? Am I boring because you can't build without a drug? Without any addiction, no matter what that addiction is, it ain't necessarily got to be a drug. Anything could be a drug. Sex could be a drug. Needing people around you could be a drug. Listen to yourselves out there. I heard an older black woman say to a few young black females, man, she told y'all wisdom. Listen to it. Embrace that woman. Thank God for her. Because I done seen times where they start taking out wisdom, no matter who they are. Even though they older, you feel like they should have passed on, but they didn't pass on. Literally, somebody helped them pass on. I seen all that. Love yourselves. And the only way you can love yourself is by loving God first. And God will teach you how to love yourself. What I mean by that, why are you calling me boring? You calling me boring because, see, I can't build if the police is not letting me build. I can't build if the government's not letting me build. I can't build if my job is not letting me build. I can't build if my family not letting me build, my community not letting me build. Why are y'all scared to build? That's why it seems like I'm boring to you, because I done elevated, I done healed. Now, if I was on drugs and I had these addictions and I had some money in my pocket and I'm starting to build, you gonna come in my yard and try to help me build. But for some reason, whatever I build don't seem to want to live, because the seeds didn't land on good grounds. The seed didn't land on solid foundation. The seed didn't land on God. I hit a lick property the wrong way, and then I tried to build, and it collapsed. It collapsed as I tried to build. Going broke trying to build something that don't want to be built. I was in the street just like y'all, stuck just like y'all, a lot of y'all. But I was stuck for great reasons. I was stuck because of the fact that it were 4 clubs around my house. It was really no reason to stop clubbing. There was really no reason for me to stop clubbing. I had to find it in myself. I could just walk down the street to get any drug I want. I could just walk down the street to get any girl I want. I could just walk down the street and go into the clubs. All times of the day, every day, all day, on the weekend, every night, don't matter. Everybody knew me because I stay around the clubs. I always accepted. I had to grow out of that darkness. That darkness had to fade away from me. And then when I started embracing, I had to force myself to start liking minimum wage, a regular job's pay, taking care of my family, taking care of myself, being with myself. I had to remodify and rebuild myself to understand myself so I could live with myself. And that there took time in itself. That's the part, that's that hill y'all don't want to walk up. But as I embraced it, as I endured it, I realized it was funner than I thought it was. And then I realized I wished I'd have started it a lot sooner. I must be ready to rap. Words coming out so quick, I can't even catch myself. Some say music is not music. You can't say what music isn't. People evolve with their music, like I did. That ain't music. You can't say what that ain't music. Who are you to say something isn't music? Music is for everybody. Everybody got their own frequency of music. My music is jazz and blues wrapped in hip hop. It's not even amusing, but it's beautiful music. Because it's my life, it's what I've been through. It's my pain. It's my goods, my ups and my downs. It's my rain. And when it comes down to the sound, it's my sound. It's my thing. I wasn't gonna keep on rapping like that like I was when I was 18. Man, I'm a beast when it comes to rapping. You better know it. I made myself a beast in rapping. You know how I made myself a beast in rapping? I made sure I put two things, I put a blueprint together before I even really started writing raps. I said, I'm not gonna cuss and I'm not gonna say people's names in none of my raps. Because I was in the game, I was in the street. I know the trap. By the grace of God, by me not wanting to know people's names, saved my life many times in the trap. Because them guys used to get busted. And the first one they used to always try to point the finger at is me. If it wasn't for that one guy around them to say how he did it, he don't even know us. He don't even know our names. You see what I'm saying? So I got in the booth room with people who could rap great, outstanding rappers. I had to compete with these kind of rappers. And over time, I was beating these kind of rappers all over the place. Because a man only cusses because he ain't got the word to say. Not saying you ain't got to cuss when you play, but I'm saying that's what I chose in mine. That's what made me a better rapper in my kind of way. Music is frequency, ladies and gentlemen. Music, everybody got their own frequency of music. See, you won't know this if we keep sacrificing people and taking people music. That's why you don't hear the soul in me. You might hear a hit song, but you're not gonna listen to it years later. Because it's been a long time since it's been soul in music. And now that I know where a lot of people's souls at, that's why your soul ain't in music. Go back and get your souls. Young ones. Unsear your heart. Reach for the sky the right way. Stand up straight. Don't lean if you can. That's what I would do if I was you. But hey, you do your own thing. See, I'm going to tell you something. I did a lot of stuff in the studio. If somebody came in the studio, I love the fact that we all had different styles. I'm engineering in the studio. I'm calling my beat man to the studio. And if he ain't in the studio, I'm working the beat man part in the studio, remodifying the beat in the studio, re-editing the beat in the studio, mixing the beat in the studio, remodifying the beat to everybody's lyrics in that studio. And I'm talking about everybody's lyrics. And when that song come out, it's no longer gold, it's platinum. It ain't, no. It ain't platinum, it's diamond. I put that work in, player, in everything I do. I go 110% in everything I do. Like I said, when my boss ain't looking, I'm still giving the best of me. I'm giving the best to my lady if I got one. I'm giving the best to my family if I got my family. I'm putting the best of me in everything. I done worked so hard, I start shaking. Still working. No drugs. Well, back then, occasionally, you know. From sun up to sundown, putting in work. If it ain't nobody there to play that guitar lick, I'ma call up my partner that that teaches people guitar licks, and he gonna teach me that one guitar lick. I'm gonna go back to my studio and hit that guitar lick, and then I'm gonna remodify that guitar lick, and then I'm gonna record that guitar lick. I go above and beyond. I think I was great at everything I did by the grace of God. You can never fish your mouth to tell somebody what they should or shouldn't say, and what they should or shouldn't do, and how they should do it. Nobody should play God. It ain't nobody on this planet worth it. It ain't but one God, and that's my Father. You give the best, you be the best that you could possibly be. You please God, don't please nobody else. Love yourself, ladies and gentlemen. And in order to love yourself, you need to love God first so he can teach you how to love yourself. Amen.